Welcome back to our channel. Today we have a fascinating story to share with you that took place in Thailand many years ago. It's a story of courage and kindness, witnessed by a young girl and her sister while foraging in the nearby forest. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the story. It took place in Thailand where my mother was very young. She was between 6 and 8 years old and was with her older sister who was about 10 years old. They lived in a small town near some nearby forest. It was a bright afternoon that day, and they were both hungry. His parents had gone to work in the fields, so they both went to the forest to forage for food. Each carried a basket and a few long knives as they headed into the forest. They soon came across some bamboo plants. My mother, who was very hungry, wanted to find the biggest bamboo to take home. She and her sister finally found some beautiful bamboo that was next to a tall mound of dirt that was very soft, like fresh dirt. While cutting bamboo, they clearly heard the cry of a child in the forest. At first, they didn't think of anything as they thought maybe there was someone else in the forest looking for food. They continued to cut more bamboo. My mother's eyes were on a large one that was nestled in the big mound of dirt. Just as she started cutting into it, she and her sister heard the baby cry again, but louder this time. As they looked around, they realized that crying was sounding very close. But they saw no one. They paused in what they were doing and listened more carefully to see where the crying was coming from. As they listened, they heard a woman's voice trying to soothe her baby. She said, "Don't cry, my son. Don't cry." Very frightened, they noticed that the woman and her crying child appeared to be behind the mound. They quickly grabbed their things and walked past the mound to see if anyone was there. Turning around, they saw no one, but they continued to hear the cry of the child and the woman saying, "Don't cry, my son. Don't cry." Suddenly, the woman's reassuring voice turned into a giggle, and the baby's crying got worse. My mom's sister started running, and my mom was crying after her as she tried to keep up with her. As they ran, they heard the woman's laughter grow louder and louder. Trying their best to find their way out of the forest, the woman's voice began following them. In their ears, they kept hearing a whispering, as if the ghost wants to eat them. When they found the exit from the forest, the voice stopped and they both ran as fast as they could towards the house. When they told their parents what had happened, their mom and dad scolded them for going into the woods and disturbing a grave. It turned out that the mound was actually a grave where a pregnant woman had been buried. My mother and her sister couldn't eat the bamboo they brought because they thought it would be a bad omen, so their father had to throw it away and bless their house in case the ghost followed them. And that's the end of our story. We hope you enjoyed this heartwarming tale of compassion and bravery. If you have any similar stories that you'd like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.